Moving on. Now, our main story tonight is going to be a little different. Normally, we like to focus this part of the show on complex, depressing policy issues. Something fun, like CO2 emissions from hearses, or space poverty, or the proliferation of special-purpose taxing districts, a topic so boring you didn't even realise we literally already did that exact story last year. And we want to keep doing those kind of things, but unfortunately we can't until we address something even bigger, the concept of reality itself. And that is because of this guy. Now, since taking office around 412 years ago, Trump has made it clear that reality is not important to him. Think about it. He's exaggerated the size of his inauguration crowd. He said the election was marred by mass voter fraud with no real proof of that. He also falsely claimed that compared to Muslims, it was almost impossible for Christian refugees from Syria to get into the US. He even lied about the weather during his inauguration.
It was almost raining. The rain should have scared him away, but God looked down and he said, "We're not going to let it rain on your speech."
No, he didn't. First, it did rain while you were speaking. That's why your wife was holding up an umbrella and people behind you were wearing ponchos. And second, if God did look down, his only thought would have been, wait, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir? Come on, I'm sick of them and I'm God. Could you not book silence, or was silence somehow boycotting this thing too? So that is where we are currently at. We have a president capable of standing in the rain and saying it was a sunny day. And before we go any further, Donald Trump lies is clearly not a fresh observation. Liberals are probably thinking, wow, hot take there, Johnny. Next you're going to tell me that Obama is aloof, Dick Cheney is evil, and Paul Ryan doesn't climax until he checks his Fitbit to see how many calories he's burned from fucking. And you know what? If you're on the other side, if you're on the right, you're probably thinking, oh great, another blizzard of snowflakes from Last Cuck Tonight with Johnny Trigger Warning. And yes, I know all other presidents have lied. PolitiFact found that just over a quarter of President Obama's statements that they evaluated were some degree of false. But with Trump, that number is currently over 2/3. Perhaps that is why one reporter who's been covering Trump found himself saying this.
This is what makes it covering Donald Trump so very difficult. What does he mean when he says words?
Wow! What does he mean when he says words? We are talking about the president, like a Tinder match we've been on 4 dates with. I asked him if we could hang out this Friday, and he said, probably, ... I'm starving, bicycle emoji, poop emoji. What the fuck does that mean? What does he mean when he says words? Trump's relationship with the truth is going to be of profound importance going forward, because any policy discussion has to begin with a shared sense of reality, and Trump's reality can change within a single sentence.
When you hear 4.9 and 5% unemployment, the number's probably 28, 29, as high as 35. In fact, I even heard recently 42%.
Well, which one is it then? Because a 4.9% rate might result in a cautiously constrictive monetary policy, whereas a 42% rate might result in the purge.